You. There we go. We're in the building. What's up, D West? What's up with your game, nigga? You watching the podcast and shit, you had a long night with motherfucker Pamela and Ukulele from the donut shop. This how he bagged them. He walked in the donut shop like, let me get a dozen of blueberry cake and you. What's your name, Big Mama? She said, I'm Ukulele. This my girlfriend Pamela. We get off at 10. 12 hours later, rewind the night D West had. It started off with, oh, your bedroom nice. Yeah, but both of y'all can't fit on my bed. So you stand over there right there. Like stand right by the closet door, you. Oogalilula, you get on the bed. Y'all ever had a threesome with donuts? You stand right there, Pamela, while I throw these fucking Krispy Kremes at Oogaloolela stomach. Oh my God. Ah man, what's up, fellas? Little quick podcast today at 5:42 on this great Saturday, early stages of October. You know what I'm talking about? We get to see a little bit of here and there. It's on October right now, man. We already in week 10, I think we are right now. And then you know when we get past the week 9 schedule, we get to the award races and all that good shit, man. Not a lot of games left, as you can see. Guys knocking things out right now. Let's go take a look at what's going on in the little pitcher situations right now. LA at New York Giants this week, 2nd and 10. New York Giants, no pitcher. Denver and Dallas this week, 2nd and 10. Denver's 27, 1 yard rushed by Zeke. Even workflow. Let's go. Hero. Stephon Diggs had a 30-yard touchdown. Buffalo at Jacksonville. Houston at Miami this week. Davis Mills passed to Jordan Atkins for a 5-yard touchdown. Outside of that, I heard it with the Waddle show. Waddle got to come to Baltimore next week. Fuck's good. And got time for all that. Cardinals mount a charge. As you can see, baby, we are so special. Jackson and Mon go head to head. They had a shootout in motherfucking Baltimore. 4th quarter collapse. What looked like a sure Panthers win slipped away this week as the Patriots erased double-digit deficit in the 4th quarter. Patriots topple Panthers 30-15, man. The Patriots rocking right now, man. They running their way to one loss season so far. When I say he win 85% of his games. Turnovers proved big. The Dolphins capitalized on Texans' errors. Yeah, man. Teddy Bridgewater led the Dolphins over the Texans. Jaguars lose to the Bills 47-26. Now, we talked about this. He came off that 70-point explosion game to get his team out of the red and then turn around and lose a big-time game by 21 to the Bills. And the Bills been winning, right? And they've been on a nice little winning streak after about the week 1, ready to quit the league already. Comes back, gets out of his attitude, and locks in and play. Buffalo makes most of Jacksonville errors. You expect Jacksonville to have errors, man. You expect them. They got a young quarterback starting the number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence, whatever you want to call him. I'm thinking about Travis Etienne and the running back right now, who to me was another first-round pick who's a dog as well. They're going to be a problem over there. Career day for Josh Allen versus the Jaguars, though. Eagles going to L.A. and these uncoached Chargers right now, 55-43. Blockbuster pickup. Blockbuster pick move between Ravens and the Seahawks, man. They traded picks. We're going to talk about that in detail. Wide receiver Golden Tate, 3rd added by the Steelers. He tore free agency up and practice squad, which resulted in him getting 3 guys suspended. Dropped down to 11 overalls. But I like the Golden Tate thing. Do we still got some football left in him? We shall see. Vikings take on the Ravens. In addition, In Dallas, C. Prince Tega Wanago was signed off waivers to the Dallas Cowboys. He was one of the highly talented practice squad players that was everybody was going after. We had a number of guys going after that guy, and the Cowboys won him, having I think worse record than the Bills or something. I don't know how. Whatever. I think we're on a snake wave right now. We did. Round 1 was worst record to best. Round 2 was best to worst. Round 3 was worst to best. Now we're going back to best to worst right now in round 4. So we will be back at the practice squad wavering. Round 4, I will be doing it at some point today, asking for bids and giving y'all the time when the return will be. So pay attention to that, man. Jonathan Coachman at the Coach EA. It was an individual showcase by Rashad Bateman today, and hashtag special. All right, let's see what Mrs. Israel want. Not the wife, the mama. What's up? Got you. Think that shit packed up though, but we got some. We got a whole lot of it. It's just probably packed up in the box already. She probably labeled it.
Alright, well I definitely need some soap. I don't have no soap.
Alright.
Okay, thanks.
Love you. Alright. The number 1 first misses. Alright, so Rich Eisen says, Rich Eisen EA, the Patriots got after it today. Jonathan Coachman comes back and say the defense went and silenced the crowd with turnovers and after turnover in New England over Carolina. We'll talk about that game. No quitting Lamar Jackson or Kellen Mond this week. Felt like whoever had the ball last would win. What else is going on in the world to talk? Rich Eisenhower, I'd struggle to count. They need to make the font bigger on this shit. Count to 17, and I Smith Jr. had that many receptions in a single game. Oh yeah, he went dummies. That tight end was crazy. But here's the kid that everybody need to pay attention to. Hammer. Hamza Nasser-Ladin really did pick up a season's worth of sacks for many players today. He had 6 of them things. Oh yeah, he went dummies against the Vikings. The Vikings also went dummies. Dalvin Cook was a problem in that game. It was bombs away all day for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson now second on single game passing yards list. So he got up there, getting the record books. Okay, Lamar, way to do your thing. I lost my voice cheering on Kyler Murray and Trey Lance. Crazy game. Jonathan Coachman. Miami came to play by snatching up 6 turnovers for the home crowd against Houston. Love watching Teddy Bridgewater go off against the Texans. Alright, you can really follow up 3 TDs, so Jay Waddle should probably just retire. Oh my god, he went dummies. This is the peak. Yeah, he went crazy. Okay. Looked like Daniel Jones with a huge throw. Boom. Daniel Jones with a huge throw. In one of the gambling games, one of the bet games, the Giants and Daniel Jones pulled out a big-time victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. The Giants are playing good football down the stretch right now. They are playing at a high level right now, especially for Kyler Murray. There was really nothing that he couldn't do. Rich Eisen, holy passing yards for K. Murray this week, 602 yards, good enough for 3rd all-time on the list. The Bills went into Jacksonville and sent the crowd home in shame after forcing 4 TDs. Josh Allen picked up another TD. Slow down, Josh Allen. Save some for next week. Nobody on the Jaguars could stay with Stephon Diggs. So, man, I talked about the fact that Stephon Diggs was really unhappy over there in Buffalo. He wasn't getting the ball. For him to be the number 1 receiver over there, he really wasn't doing anything through the first 7 weeks, 8 weeks, and then boom. That's what happens when you got a stud on your roster. Like it's the silence the lamb theory. You know what I'm saying? Collision. Don't make that ball. And that's what happened. He got him involved. Somebody be paying attention to the real talks. Nobody in the Jacksonville could stay with Stephon Diggs. Wasn't sure they were going to catch Ezekiel Elliott either. Broncos versus the Cowboys. There he goes again, Ezekiel Elliott. Man, Snake really using Ezekiel Elliott the way he's supposed to. Ezekiel Elliott is running with authority today. 100 yards and counting for Miles Sanders. He balled out. No, not going to get a lot of points from the Chargers defense this week. Nope, not at all. If you got them on your fantasy team, you stuck playing with nobody playing that. Their coach got fired already. They got the new coach coming in really soon. Love division by Miles Sanders. Can't teach that. Special runner. Big time gamble by the Chargers to bring Eugene Hoops in to their coaching staff. Looks like they hired some already. We need to talk about that. Brace yourself. Boats fans, Richardson is retiring. He ain't retired, he got fired. Surprised Corey Richardson decided to call it quits, call it a quit at his career. But happy for him. Coaching in the NFL is a grind. Alright, cool. K-Pay was open to position change, so he'll now be taking snaps at the right defensive end side. Alright, I'm done with all that. Let's get over here. Okay. I heard what I was here for. It's Daniel. Is Daniel good enough to stick around? Will Saquon continue to be great? Quincy Roche checking in to say what's up, fam. What's up, Drew? Can't wait for you to get back, bro. We gotta get those 49ers back up and running, you heard? Alright, so this is the first time in Madden 22 that I'll be going to the awards and stats race. Haven't been able to do that. Alright, so I'll start right now with the weekly awards shit. And we'll go back to week 1 and see what happens. So Saquon went dummies against the Broncos week 1. 22 carries, 176 yards. Player of the week in NFC offensively. Baker Mayfield, 470 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. He went dummies in his week 1 game. Jamil Dean, 3 interceptions and a touchdown, and then Greg Newsome, 8 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. He's one of the top 5 corners that were drafted in this 2021 draft class. Ronald Jones had 28 carries, 235 yards week 2. Lamar Jackson, 8 for 12, 200, 3 passing touchdowns, and 56 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown against the Chiefs. Carlton Davidson had 3 tackles, 3 interceptions. You're seeing the Bucs players up here a whole lot. Emmanuel Ogbah, 5 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 forced fumble recovery. We haven't really heard from Ogbah since this early stage when he was going dummies. And week 3, Tom Brady, 15 for 18, 339 passing yards and 5 passing touchdowns. And then we started to see what speed does at the receiver position when Coach Camden decided Waddle was the guy, and 8 receptions, 200 yards. At this time, Tua was still throwing to him. 5 receiving touchdowns. Guys let him go bonkers. This is a tough task for us this week at Advance. We got the Dolphins and Jalen Waddle, and right now he's their offense. We got to see what we're going to better do about that. Can Marlon Humphreys play Jalen Waddle man-to-man? Chase Young, 4 tackles, 4 sacks. Shaquem Griffin had 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown for the Jaguars. That was your week 3 player of the week. 4 week, Mostert had 12 carries, 214 yards. Looked like that was against the Eagles when he went home to the end zone all day long. And then Rich the Barber realized I got one of the scariest weapons, if not the second best weapon on offense in the league, went number 5 receptions and 3 reception touchdowns. Then you found out Hitta made a move and got a veteran at linebacker and Buchanan, and since he brought him to that defense, it turned their D up even more, and they are now the number 1 defense in the league right now. 3 tackles, 3 interceptions. Kerry Vincent, I motherfucking hate that player because I made this player great, and all he did was go dummies in week 4 against me. 7 tackles and 2 interceptions, winning him the game against the Baltimore Ravens. Alright, Aaron Rodgers citing the Hellburgers, 277 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 sack. At this point, Hellburgers wasn't throwing no picks at all. He was showing us we might not be who we thought Hellburgers was going to be. And listen, bro, I saw that game against the Cardinals last night. 6-0 Cardinals versus the 5-1 Packers, and I tell you one thing, man. I think Harrelberger is the truth with this Packers team. Now, it was a 6-point ball game at one point before it got ugly. And, I think the prestige of Falk overshadowed the up and coming coaching mindset of Harrelberger. I think if he kind of would have stuck to the same things he'd been doing that had him successful, and not going for it on fourth and something in the red zone where you could have got 3 out of that, and then you get stopped and let the momentum change because you're playing Falk, so you need all the points you can get. Those type of things get you out coached in a game where you were still in the game to play a good game. So I like what this Packers is doing, and Aaron Rodgers is having an MVP like season right now. All right, Bynum, man, the number 1 corner for the Vikings right now, and surprisingly, this Vikings defense is really good, and that secondary was, to me, was their weak point. But when you got veteran like Patrick Peterson and then Bynum, who's up and coming superstar, we got problems over there. They're gonna be all right. They got a superstar X factor at safety, a superstar at corner, and then they just had another guy on breakout at the other safety. So things are changing over there for this Viking team. 4 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, and then Nasir Adderley on some computer love. 10 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. Week 6 we had Seth Williams, freshly acquired off a practice squad, and now he's the #1 receiver for the Detroit Lions while they're trying to figure out what team they're going to put together to go forward. He had 10 catches, 265 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sean Murphy Button seems like every week is a different cornerback for the Bucs, sitting up here, player of the week. 6 tackles, 3 interceptions. And Lamar, dummies, 34 for 53. Yep, we threw the ball all around the park. 765, 8 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He did get sacked 3 times. He only carried the ball for 5 for 32. Lamar at this point is not running the football. He is becoming a pocket passer right now, and he's silencing the critics. And DeForest Buckner, dog for the Colts, and Coach Mike got these guys are playing really well, and they are fighting for their division right now, so that's all that matters. Anytime you get a D tackle to have 7 tackles and 5 sacks, he's balling. Kyler Murray, 28 for 44, 604. And right when I get into the podcast show, she decides, I'm done shopping, I'm ready to come home and fuck up your podcast show right now. What's up? Hey. Alright, let me get this award stuff over with, and then I'll be out. Alright. I know. Is it a lot? Alright, he in the room. Is it a lot? Oh shit. Alright. Alright, let me finish up the show. Alright. Call me when you're out front. Call me when you're out front. Yeah, you might as well stop and grab some miggities. Stop and get miles. Yeah. Alright, I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Alright, love you. She mad as hell. I want to stay on the fucking phone. A woozy! 8 tackles, 3 interceptions on some computer love shit. In the last week, Travis Etienne, 29 carries for 174 yards in that big game they had against the Seahawks. 10 tackles and 4 interceptions. Miles Jack, Daniel Jones, Danielson, 16 for 23, 273 passing touchdown, 6 carries, 50 yards. And then Richie Grant, the young safety for the Falcons, had 3 interceptions and a touchdown in their ass whooping they gave out to the Panthers. Alright. That was weekly award shit. Let's get back to the award situation and talk about what we here to talk about. And that's who's doing what, when, where, and why. So in the MVP race, Ronald Jones, man, got the most carries in the league, and he has the most votes so far for MVP right now. J.K. Dobbins is second. Saquon Barkley is third. It looks like it's a running backs award this year. Kyler Murray is the only quarterback on this award in the top 5, and then you got Nick Chubb sitting there at 5. On the outside looking in early right now, Waddle shitting. You got Tyson Williams, the young running back for the Baltimore Ravens, Cam Akers, Lamar Jackson, and Tyreek Hill, which I think Tyreek should be a little farther up this list. But hey, AFC Offensive Player of the Year, J.K. Dobbins, Waddle, Nick Chubb, Tyreek Hill, and Tyson Williams are your top 5. In the NFC, Ronald Jones, Saquon Barkley, Kyler Murray, Cam Akers, and Rondell Moore are your top 5 Offensive Player of the Year right now. Defensive Player of the Year, Isaiah Simmons is the man in the middle. Khalil Mack is the guy off the edge. Eric Stokes at corner is playing well for Hillburgers, and Sean Murphy Button is doing his thing at 4, and Chase Young. Both those DNs for the Washington football team getting right to the quarterback all game long. All game long. All game. AFC Defensive Player of the Year is Tre'Davious White for the Bills, Eric Rowe for the Dolphins, Hammer, Nasir Dean, Javon Holland, another young gunner for the Dolphins. Oh, I can't wait for this matchup. Dolphins versus the Ravens at Advance. And Miles Jack, the man in the middle for the Jaguars, is holding shit down right now. That's your AFC and DFC Defensive Player, AFC and DFC, AFC and NFC Defensive Player of the Years award race right now. Now, offensive rookies right now. AFC, Waddle going dummies. Travis Etienne playing well. Najee Harris is playing well. Rashad Bateman is playing well. And Javonte Williams slid up this list. at 5 right now. NFC. Rondell Moore is number 1 on here. Justin Fields playing lights out. Seth Williams came out of nowhere and in that 3 right now. Kenny Gainwell 4. And then the rookie running back, the African. And I'm not even going to sit here and try to act like I know how to say his name. NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year, Eric Stokes, the corner. You got Jerry Jacobs, another young gunner. He's a safety for the Lions. Tay Gowan came out of nowhere at corner, surprising us, and he balling out. Last fall, he got the best rookie corner in the game right now. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, and then you got Trey Brown, another good corner, man. RDL corner right there, Trey Brown, top 5. NFC. AFC Defensive Rookies of the Year is Hammer, sitting at 1. Holland, Javon Holland, one of the better cover safeties in the game as a rookie right now. Caden Stern is another big-time rookie sitting right there, and then Chad Surratt, one of the Baltimore trades early on. He got him stepping, and Pat Surtain is second. Is sitting at your top 5 right now. There's some names on here. I'm not going to talk about them because they're not in the top 5 right now, but, you know, that'll be for a later show because I like some of these names up there, boy. Okay, let's get to the best quarterback award right now. Lamar Jackson is number 1 in the AFC. Josh Allen is your number 2 best quarterback in the AFC. Number 3 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 4 is Joe Burrow. Number 5 is Tua Tagovailoa at 5. All right, so if you skip Joe Burrow and you skip Justin Herbert, then you got to add Bridgewater and Trevor Lawrence into the mix of your top 5. NFC best quarterbacks right now. Murray over there flinging it, Fields flinging it, Trey Lance, Aaron Rodgers, and Sam Darnold are your top 5 quarterbacks right now. Best running backs in the NFC, you got Ronald Jones, Saquon Barkley, Cam Akers. Who has the better running backs right now? Is it the NFC or the AFC? Let's go back to the top of this. Ronald Jones holding it down. He's playing at a high level. He's exceeding his expectations. We didn't expect him to be the guy who he is right now. So we got to shout him out because he's the dog. He went from like the 74, 73 overall to an 86 in 10 games because of how well he's playing right now. And with that being said, he's also giving carries up to Leonard Fournette over there. So for him to be number 1 on his list tells you a lot. Saquon Barkley, we already know, top running back in the league. You can argue between him and Dalvin Cook as the 1-2. And the reason why I say them 2 is because Christian McCaffrey, to be able to really dominate with Christian McCaffrey, you have to use him as a receiver and running back to get the most out of him. And then Derrick Henry, if you know somebody has to use Derrick Henry the way Derrick Henry is supposed to be used for him to be a top back in this league. A lot of guys wouldn't better play with him because of his slow start off, his 0 to like 15-yard running is not ideal. Like getting out the backfield, going to first, second level, third level. But if you get to second level if you get to second level by carry 20 and he's continuing to get to second level, then he's the best running back in the league. But all right, so Cam Akers is a sleeper back. I like him. Mostert is just a speed kill guy. And at 5, Aaron Jones is a dog with a superstar on him. So out of these backs that are shitting right now, you got Ronald Jones, superstar. Barkley has an X factor. And Aaron Jones has a superstar over there in the NFC. So your top 5 got 3 out of the 5 that's on the tree. Alright, AFC best running backs right now. J.K. Dobbins is a star. Nick Chubb is the X factor. Tyson Williams is an up and coming running back that just went to a star. And then Travis Etienne Jr., man, young rookie running back. I think he came with a superstar. I'm not sure. Derrick Henry 5, who's the X factor. So you got X factor, and then all stars, unless Travis Etienne has a superstar. I'm not sure. I will have to take a look at that. But your top 5: Dobbins, Chubb, Williams, Etienne, Henry, and then behind it is some names too. Oh my God, best receivers in the AFC right now: Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman, Anthony Schwartz. What's the common theme for the guys I just said right now? Waddle, Hill, Hollywood, Bateman, Schwartz. Anybody venture to tell me what's common about these guys? And then my question would be, is the AFC receivers up here right now better than the NFC? Let's go through the top 10 receivers in the AFC. Jalen Waddle, almost a 99 speed, if not Tyreek Hill 99 speed, Hollywood 97, Bateman 95, Schwartz 97. And you got Jerry Jeudy about 93, 94 speed. Keenan Allen just a big possession receiver, slow as death. Jamar Chase got about 94 speed. Odell Beckham is, fast. And then Tylan Wallace is a 92 speed, but he's exceeding expectations right now. This receiver is balling right now. He went from a normal in 1 week to a star in 1 week to a superstar in 1 week to the X Factor in 4 weeks. I've never seen this. That's why I fuck with this Madden, bro. If you do your quarterback, your coaching stuff right, and if you do your training and stuff right, you need to pay attention, because scenarios and the scenario scenes and all that, they all follow each other. It's based off of you meeting expectations on things, and I'm starting to see it now. Now, I'm not going to give it out for free. You're going to have to go to my website to better get that information to figure out how you can get these guys developed. But in a short 4 weeks system, I had a receiver go from normal to X Factor. So let's take a look. Alright, pay attention to this week. Alright, so as you go down, look at the scenarios. XP bonus 2500, and right underneath that, the next bonus is a development trait increase. So you see, you went up to a superstar X Factor dev, but to get to that superstar, you had to go up again, right? So you can keep looking, and we keep finding it. So don't let me overshadow shit. So this week he got the milestone of X Factor trait. So then we go to last week, what he did, right? So you look at it: deep route catching trap, awareness, deep pass, defend deep pass, offensive focus, morale, injury, weekly total, 8 upgrades, 473 XPs, and one morale. Alright, so off of that, you go down to regular week 7, and you keep looking, keep following me. Where's it at? If y'all see me skip over it, please say something so I can go back up, because I can't find. There we go. I'm skipping over shit. Alright, so let's start here. Alright, so development trait increase scenario. XP bonus. He got 10,000 XP points off the scenario engine. Off of the theme, off of the team progress. So that TMP +1, that matters in your development, and you getting scenarios, all that stuff. I never knew what that meant, but I figured it out today what it is, and that has everything to do with your team and players developing and them meeting scenario and goal points and stuff. And this is what happened. Because I really wasn't using Tylan Wallace, and then I had a 2-touchdown game with him over 100 yards, and then it turned everything around. But he's not the reason why he's building on his own. Like I'm not shitting with him for him to be getting breakouts. So when you guys are trying to break your guys out, and you having great games week after week after week with that guy, that breakout ain't gonna happen until you start using other players, and then they start breaking out, because now the team is doing stuff together, or that position group is doing stuff, and guys help other guys develop. So that's what happened here. Tylan Wallace had a good game. They came back and had a star. They had a development trait bonus for him, and then the next week it was a tandem breakout that was there. Come on, Mom, you called me 1,000 times. We're not doing that. Once you start to see that tandem breakout, you better start meeting those expectations, because it continues to go on week for week after that. So look at the star development. It's the second on the list. You got scenario, XP bonus, scenario development trait. God damn it, Mom. What? I'm on the show, Mom. What's good?
When can we go get my chair from Gail's house?
Tomorrow, Sunday, we'll do it.
Alright.
Alright, so then you go up. Now you look at the next week. Now I gotta find a scenario in this, because I kept flying past shit. So let's see what happened. There I go again. So now I was skipping over this when I was looking for it. So now week 7, regular season week 7. Look, scenario XP 2,500, and then you got development trait increase to a superstar dev. But the thing is, I'm only showing him, but because what he did the first game, and then I had a good game with Bateman and Wallace Bateman and Brown. They started talking in the locker room, and they started doing scenario breakouts. God damn! They started having talks, like, different scenarios was happening, and Hollywood promised that they was going to do something. He was going to do something because of Rashad Bateman had a big game, so Hollywood wanted to follow that up. And because of all that, I started getting breakout messages for him, but it was team stuff that was happening too, like +5 catching track for the next 5 games. So many different scenarios you get if you start doing it with your team. So a lot of you guys are trying to get somebody developed, and like Waddle, he probably shitting like crazy, and he might have not had a bump up yet, right? But the moment you get another receiver to go have 100 yards in a touchdown game, then he'll start to break out, because then they'll start doing scenario engine shit. So as you can see, week 7 and week 6 he went to a star. Week 7 he went to a superstar. Then you get into the next final week, which was last week, and you look at the upgrades here, defensive rushing and all that. Keep it moving. And then we go up to boom this week right here. So then this week came back, and they told me all the stuff I had to do. I had a total of 6 breakouts off of my team scenario, and those TMP +1s. When those go up and they positive, you start to break into your scenario exits. So I'm gonna just talk about this because I gotta go get some shit out the car real fast. Hello? All right, here we come. All right. So as you can see, like again, I had 6 breakouts, 2 defensively and 4 offensive ones. That don't mean they all went up in abilities if I got them. It's just team stuff. Like they give you points, XP points. They give you goals in a game. Like you might get a guy that's a superstar can stay on fire for the whole game no matter what. Like just different things that happen through the storylines and the scenarios. So as you can see, the kid went up to an X factor in my last game. After my last game against the Vikings, development trait increased to a superstar X factor, 2,500. And I wouldn't have figured this stuff out unless the Vikings didn't play that game. And because I was able to get it, I got to see what different stuff you got to do. So I'll break this down on the podcast when I get back in. I'm gonna come back to part 2 of this. But yeah, pay attention to the TMPs, man. You get up to +3s and 4s, you start seeing breakout messages happening as a team. All right, I gotta cut it short. And here's the franchise guru. We'll be back to talk about the awards and stats in a couple of minutes. Holla at me.